right. I guess we better get to the gist of the situation. Rodney, I think you are up first with your segment, and we'll go ahead and throw it to you.
Well, last week I was talking about weekly wrestling, and I wanted to follow up. And I would appreciate everybody. I want to say thank you to all the people who made comments. One in particular comment got my attention was from Waylon the President. And in one of his comments, he said it would just be impossible to do that every week now, the show every week now. It's impossible. It's a different time and place. Those great memories are gone, sadly. And I've been thinking about what he was saying, and to see if I actually agree with the fact that he thinks that wrestling could not be a weekly endeavor. I just think that, and when I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think, is what really they're doing now that successful? These shows are primarily TV endeavors. They're TV shows. They're not really designed to be going to any kind of live event. In fact, if you go to a live event, they've kind of exposed their own business, because if you go to a live event and it's not one of their big Survivor Series or pay-per-view events or whatever, or even television, you know nothing's going to happen. And that's them exposing their own business. In fact, me and Jimmy Crockett had an argument over that many years ago. I think that was in 94, 95. And he told me I was out of my mind. And I said, no, when you smarten your fan base up to let people know, hey, there's nothing going to happen here. There's nothing. You just should wait to TV. You should be wait to. So basically what I'm saying is they diminish their own shows. But as far as the idea that wrestling done live shows at a weekly basis in a same market can't work today, I'm trying to think about, my experience says it absolutely can, if that is the purpose that you're making to open up your business. I believe local is the answer to a lot of the problems that wrestling is facing today. How many organizations have opened up and their main purpose was to emulate the Vince McMahon or the WWE business model? There's more than we can count, and most of them are now gone. So the idea of going in and building up in a single market. Now, will it be challenging? Absolutely. It most certainly would be challenging, because nowadays the arenas may not be available, because one of the keys back then was to have the same arena available to you week in and week out. So you may have to move around, and it may take years to get to where you would do it weekly. Also, the talent situation, your wrestlers, they might become an issue as well, because when you're doing a weekly show, you're going to have to change that talent every 13, 16 weeks. You're going to have to change at least half of that talent. And right now, you would have to build them up. Back in the day with let's just say Roy Welch and Nick Goulas, they were able to rotate this great talent over and over again. They would rotate the bounty hunters, and they would Gentleman Saul Weinroff and the Von Brauners, and you would have the interns with Ken Ramey, and they would rotate around, so that 6 months later or 3 months later, you're not going to have the same main event that you had before. So it always kept it fresh. Jerry Lawler would rotate around, and Bill Dundee, etc. So my opinion is that wrestling, in fact, could, if that is your point, if that's the reason you're actually starting to do a weekly event, it would take a time. There would be challenges that you would have to meet, but I think eventually it would work. And that is my point for the week.
I will agree entirely with that statement. Jack?
Absolutely. That local touch is exactly what's been missing with wrestling, and that's what I have found over the course of time, that if you will stick and build your product in the local market, you can do very well. But you got to know what you're doing.
Yes. And that would be the key. The people who are currently, Vince McMahon knows how to do it. Let's make no mistake about it. He knows it's just not his business model anymore. But as far as some of the other organizations, they have no clue, never, ever even worked in one. Don't know how to do it from week to week. People like Ron Fuller, Bill Dundee, Dutch Mantell absolutely could do it. Absolutely know how to do it. And in fact, if they wouldn't have pulled the plug on Georgia Championship Wrestling Superstars, I believe that would have kicked off. I believe that Georgia would have been Mid-South if Ole would have gotten out of the way and let them work. I really do.
Well, let me ask you a question. Talking about working. Well, this is probably not even talking about working. But let me ask you a question, Jack. People want to know how they can support the channel. Let me ask you, have you ever forgot to order flowers or something for your wife or girlfriend, both, either way, daughter or anybody like that?
Yeah, that's why I'm twice divorced.
Well, if you want to support our channel, you can go to Books. There it is, Books. There it is, Books.com. And you can go, let me throw this thing up here, Books.com. And they have a subscription. They have a subscription plan that you can do, and you'll never forget to ever order anything before. You can go on there and you can get your wife, your mother-in-law, your mother, and you can go ahead and just it's called a subscription plan, and you go to Books.com. And right now everybody can let me throw this up here real quick. You can visit Books.com. For new customers, use code NEWBOOK20 for 20% off your order. And but the subscription plan is pretty good. If you don't want to forget anybody's birthdays or anything like that, you can go over there to Books.com.
And this would be the perfect time during the holidays to do that, because with all the supply chain problems that's happening, this would be perfect.
And let's not forget, perfect. Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
And those of you who get in trouble a lot with the wife or significant other, this would be a great investment for you.
And it's a monthly subscription plan. You can go with the it's like $40 for the original monthly plan. There's a deluxe plan, there's a grand plan. They send you fresh farm flowers on your schedule. It's the best deal, up to 30% savings, plus free shipping. You get access to the description, exclusive books, which highlight the best blooms of the seasons. It's super flexible. Switch up the people who you want to send it to, the delivery dates. You can also skip a month if you'd like to, and if you've got something for the next month. But
isn't there a special code they can get that they can?
Yes, you go. Yes, that was. Let me hit that one more time. You can go to Books.com. Use the code NEWBOOK20. You know what I'm talking about.
Books there, do Books20 for 20% off your order.
First order.
So this is 20% off of the trouble you got into last week for that stupid thing you said or you didn't do. You didn't take the garbage out. Here's your opportunity to say, hey, I remembered. There you are.